Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Sharknado 2. So this has been a big event for sci-fi and social media, just because Sharknado 1 did such a great job. So it's social media-ness, not that was a good movie. But yeah, I also look forward to watching Sharknado 2. I think it's a funny, bad movie that, you know, we all like seeing those bad movies sometimes. I do not think it's worse than Birdemic. Birdemic, I still think is a very bad movie. That's the worst movie I've seen, but Sharknado is definitely up there. And I wanted to see if the sequel would be so bad that it was boring, or bad and funny like the first one. So, we will answer those questions. What happens in this movie is that, our main characters, they go to New York to see their family, and of course, the Sharknado comes back. And the whole entire movie is about them defeating the Sharknado, but not in LA, but in New York. And there's a lot of different crazy things that happen to try to defeat these sharks, just like the first movie. A lot of chainsaws, people losing limbs, and yeah, it was interesting, definitely. One thing with this movie compared to the first movie is the funny cameos here. I think actors lined up for this second movie say, "Can I please be eaten up by a shark?" And a lot of different references, like Shark Tank, one of the judges from there, one of the people on that show was on there, so that was a reference. I feel Robert De Niro was in this as the taxi driver, which would make sense because he was in the movie Taxi Driver. I'm pretty sure that was Robert De Niro. Will Wheaton, Billy Ray Cyrus, which kind of made a reference to his really old TV show Doc, which I'm sure no one's heard of besides maybe a select few. So there's just a lot of great celebrity references. Kelly Osbourne, and then we have the Today Show, which got pretty much a promotion throughout this whole movie. The Today Show has more screen time than some of the actors in this movie. Yeah, so they have to explain the whole entire weather thing. So Today Show, Stephanie Abrams, Al Roker, and Matt Lardner, they got lots of screen time for this movie. And Subway got a lot of advertisements, so that was a little weird, but I guess it's understandable because they have to talk about the weather. But yeah, I mean, I thought the cameos definitely worked really well here. My favorite had to be Billy Ray Cyrus. It just came out of nowhere. And I think those are definitely the most interesting part of the movie. And there's some epic stuff, like Tara Reid losing her arm, and this is like the first 5 minutes of the movie, so it's not even like a big spoiler. She loses her arm, even she doesn't even care throughout the whole movie that she lost her arm. There's no worries about that. Just she's half in the hospital, and then she's still running out and defeating all these sharks by the end of the movie. And something epic happens with, which this is a little bit of a spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen the movie, you know, come back. She gets a chainsaw hand, so that was really cool. Not gonna lie, that was definitely an epic part of the movie, even though she wasn't in the movie. And of course, this movie has a lot of inconsistent things, lots of inconsistencies, so watch out for that. But like, you're not gonna expect, oh my god, the tornado has sharks, so you're gonna expect what you're getting. You're not gonna get weather accurate things in this movie. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. They made that epic. I'm glad that they didn't make the main character go into the shark again, because I feel like that'd be like, oh, we saw it once, we don't have to see it again. They did other things that were interesting with the sharks, so like that. But it was very long. I will say that. It was a very long movie, so it kind of got boring at times. It's like the same thing you saw with the first movie, so if they could shorten it like half an hour, I think it would have been a little bit better for the first viewing. I don't know if I will want to see it again. I am going to watch it again. I don't know. This is definitely more of a one-time thing than Sharknado 1. I think Sharknado 1 you want to watch with all your friends. It's like, oh, have you seen Sharknado? And with Sharknado 2, I feel like it's just like one-time thing. You watch the sequel. I definitely think it's worth watching because it was actually a well-done sequel to Sharknado. Again, because it's Sharknado, you have to think in the mind frame of Sharknado. I was pleasantly surprised with it. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. I thought it was going to be more boring. Yeah, it was kind of boring at parts, but it's a lot better than I expected. Again, the length was a little iffy, and also I would say the new characters were really boring. They just did not make me care about them. I mean, I cared about old characters, but everyone else is just like, there wasn't a point in the movie that made me care about their story. And I know this movie's not about story, but just like, let me care about it. It's a survival type movie. I gotta care about some of these new characters, and I did not care at all if they died or not. But with the first movie, you cared, oh no, we don't want this girl to die because she did this stupid thing. And they didn't really do that much with this movie. But overall, I think it's an okay sequel. I think it's worth at least watching once. And it was a lot better than I expected it would be. I think it lived up to its expectations, I guess. It did a couple of cool things to watch first time. Again, I don't think this is going to be as big as Sharknado 1 just because, I don't know, Sharknado 1 came into a surprise, so I think that's why Sharknado 1 did so well. But yeah, it was an interesting movie, so I recommend you see the second one if you saw the first one. If you've never seen the first one, don't watch the second one, it's not worth it. But yeah, so we're actually going to have a commentary on Comic Frontline this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching Sharknado 2 once again. So if you want our live interaction with Sharknado 2, be sure to subscribe to Comic Frontline, and in the description below there will be a link for that, and check out Media Madness, where we will be doing a commentary for Sharknado 2. So enjoy that. Please tell me in the comments below what you thought about Sharknado 2. Do you agree that it was a cool sequel, you know, it lived up to your expectations? Please tell me in the comments below. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.